You think whales are terrifying? In the oceans of 400 million years ago, whales wouldn't even qualify as appetizers. In 2008, a fossil was unearthed in Morocco. Scientists had to measure the data 3 times because they simply couldn't believe their eyes. It was a monster called Dunkleosteus. Some bold estimates suggest it could reach 10 meters in length with a crushing bite force of up to 5 tons. What does that mean? Imagine a bite that could snap your car in half. Its skull acted like 2 massive steel shears. Once caught, prey would be sliced in 2 in just 0.02 seconds, bones completely crushed and swallowed whole. But what's even more terrifying? Some fossil evidence and theories suggest they might not have been solitary creatures. Imagine 20 of these armored beasts rushing toward you at once. That scene makes Jurassic Park look like a petting zoo. Yet, the truly despairing part isn't how fierce it was. In that ancient sea, Dunkleosteus might have only ranked 3rd in the food chain, the absolute apex predator of its era. We haven't even found a complete fossil yet, only a single tooth. But that tooth is 40 centimeters long, thicker than your forearm. Paleontologists named it Livotan, inspired by the biblical sea monster Leviathan, because they literally couldn't find another word to describe that level of pure terror. But did you know? This is just the appetizer. The true horror of the prehistoric ocean is far crazier than you could ever imagine. Fast forward to 2016. In Argentina, a complete fossil of a marine reptile was excavated. When scientists ran a CT scan on its skull, everyone gasped. This creature is known as the Pliosaurus. The skull alone was 2.5 meters long, bigger than a compact car. Its teeth were even more exaggerated. Each one was 30 centimeters long, about the size of your computer keyboard. Even crazier, through computer simulations, some sensational estimates put its bite force at a staggering 15 tons. To put that in perspective, a T-Rex's bite force was around 6 tons. This guy was 2.5 times stronger than a T-Rex. You might ask, why did it need such a powerful bite? Let me tell you, the Pliosaurus didn't even need to chase its prey. It would float silently in the water like a nuclear submarine. It waited for prey to swim by, and then, bam, one bite, snapping the victim entirely in half. Fossil evidence shows its diet included 4-meter-long ichthyosaurs, 3-meter-long plesiosaurs, and it didn't even spare its own kind. The craziest part? Scientists actually found the remains of another Pliosaurus inside the stomach of a Pliosaurus fossil. What does this prove? It proves that in that era, not even top predators were safe. You could be eaten by a bigger version of yourself at any moment. But if you think the Pliosaurus was ruthless, wait until you hear the wild theories about the Dacosaurus from 75 million years ago. It wasn't just massive. Some speculative theories suggest it might have possessed remarkable intelligence. In recent years, analyzing Dacosaurus brain cases has led to some mind-bending what-if scenarios. What if we imagined a prehistoric reptile with a brain-to-skull ratio approaching that of a modern dolphin? What does that mean? It means it wouldn't just be physically strong. It could think, plan, and work as a team. Let's indulge in a wild scenario based on a fossil site in Kansas. Scientists found 5 Dacosaurus skeletons clumped together, surrounded by the scattered remains of over a dozen large fish. Could they have hunted in packs? Imagine 5 intelligent, 4-ton killers, 10 meters long, coordinating an attack just like a pack of wolves. How terrifying is that? Some even entertain the crazy idea that they had advanced hearing, perhaps even primitive echolocation, much like modern whales. So if you were in the water, it wouldn't even need to see you. It could lock onto you in the pitch black using just sound. Now, I know someone is going to say, that was tens of millions of years ago. The ocean today isn't that scary. Wrong. Dead wrong. Let me tell you an even more terrifying truth. Some of the prehistoric ocean's overlords are still alive today. In 2013, a Japanese deep-sea expedition team captured footage of a massive blunt-nosed 6-gill shark at a depth of 2,000 meters. This lineage has been around for 200 million years. It shared the Earth with the dinosaurs. What's crazier is that this shark was over 6 meters long with a mouth full of 300 dagger-like teeth. Scientists estimate its bite force can reach 1.8 tons, packing a punch stronger than a great white. The key point is that it has survived for 200 million years without changing a thing. It still uses the exact same hunting tactics from the ancient world, hiding in the abyss, waiting for prey, and snapping its spine in a single bite. You think that's it? Nope. In 2018, Australian fishermen pulled up a frilled shark from the deep. This thing is even more unbelievable. Its lineage dates back 80 million years. Scientists call it a living fossil demon because its body structure is identical to fossils from the Cretaceous period. It has 25 rows of teeth, 300 in total, each shaped like a deadly trident. Even more horrifying, it can bend its body into a U shape and launch itself like a coiled spring, swallowing prey half its own size in one gulp. Do you get it now? The terror of the prehistoric ocean isn't just past tense, it's present, continuous. Monsters that have lived for tens of millions of years are roaming the deep sea right at this very moment, using ancient killing techniques, waiting for their next meal. Speaking of which, I've got to ask you guys, if you put the top 5 prehistoric ocean overlords in a battle royale, who do you think would win? The 15-ton biting Pliosaurus? The pack-hunting Dacosaurus? Or the ancient assassins lurking in the deep sea? Let me know your answers down in the comments, let's debate. But no matter who wins, one thing is certain. Humans wouldn't even qualify as background characters in that era. Think about it. Our oceans today are already scary enough. Great white sharks, orcas, giant squids, any of them could easily kill a human. But face to face with the prehistoric ocean, these modern apex predators would look like absolute amateurs. A great white maxes out around 6 meters with a 1.2-ton bite force. It wouldn't even be enough to get stuck in a Pliosaurus's teeth. Orcas might be incredibly smart, but against a hypothetical pack of Dacosaurus, they'd be completely out of their league. As for the giant squid, against heavily armored, bone-crushing prehistoric monsters, they'd just be a free meal. What makes your blood run cold is the realization that we probably know less than 1% of the prehistoric ocean. Think about it. 70% of the Earth is ocean, and fossil preservation underwater is incredibly rare. Scientists estimate that the marine fossils we found represent only a tiny fraction of what actually existed. What does this mean? It means that ancient sea might still be hiding super predators beyond our wildest imagination. Their fossils might never be found, or they are quietly resting on an unexplored seabed. On internet mystery forums, there's always buzz about a 2020 video from a submersible in the Philippine Trench. At a depth of 7,000 meters, it captured massive, fast-moving shadows appearing to be over 20 meters long. While likely just camera tricks or sleeper sharks, it constantly fuels wild conspiracy theories. Could a prehistoric giant shark still be hiding down there, having never gone extinct? There was even a famous historical misunderstanding where scientists dating Megalodon teeth found in deep-sea sediments incorrectly estimated them to be only 10,000 years old. Although modern science has entirely debunked this, it still sparks a terrifying what-if scenario. What if the Megalodon didn't go extinct 2.6 million years ago? What if a 20-meter, 20-ton biting super predator is still waiting in some abyssal trench right now, biding its time before surfacing again? Personally, I believe the most important lesson the prehistoric ocean teaches us isn't how scary these monsters were, but how powerful the resilience of life truly is. Those creatures that survived unchanged for millions of years prove one thing. As long as you find the right survival strategy, you get the last laugh. Dunkleosteus went extinct, but sharks survived. Pliosaurus vanished, but crocodiles lived on. Massive marine reptiles died out, but sea turtles are still swimming. What does this show? It shows that on the path of evolution, it's not the strongest that survives, but the most adaptable. Those prehistoric overlords went extinct, not because they were weak, but because they were too specialized. They were so specialized that they knew nothing but hunting. So when the climate changed and food became scarce, they couldn't survive. Instead, the seemingly insignificant nobodies who could eat anything and live anywhere became the ultimate winners. Alright, that's it for today's video. There are so many more stories from the prehistoric ocean. Those deep-sea monsters, the unsolved mysteries, the ancient overlords that might still be alive, they are all waiting for us to explore. If you're fascinated by these topics, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Next time, I'll bring you even more mind-blowing content. Oh, and one last question for you all. If you had the chance to time travel back to the prehistoric ocean, which creature would you want to see the most? The bone-crushing Pliosaurus, the pack-hunting Dacosaurus, or those deep-sea monsters that might still be alive today? Tell me in the comments. I'll do a deep dive on the top-voted answer in the next video. Remember, the ocean was never human territory. We are merely temporary visitors. The true masters ruled this realm hundreds of millions of years ago, and some of them might still be guarding their thrones in the dark abyss. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.